Hello and welcome to In Summary. On June the 12th, tragedy struck just moments after takeoff from Ahmedabad in India. Air India Flight 171, a Boeing 787 Dreamliner bound for London, crashed into the residential building, claiming over 270 lives and marking one of the deadliest aviation disasters in Indian history. In this summary, we break down every detail: the timeline of the crash, what we know about the passengers and crew, how the only survivor made it out alive, and what investigators are uncovering about the aircraft's final moments. A Boeing 787 Dreamliner operating as Air India Flight 171 from Ahmedabad to London Gatwick departed Ahmedabad Airport on June the 12th.
Look at everyone, and it's so many people there. You use these magazines. AC is not working at all. And as usual, your TV screens are also not working. Neither, not even the light is working. See, is this what you are providing? And as usual, that is why Air India is considered as one of the worst airlines in the world. AC is still not working, and today it is very, very, very hot in Delhi. And it's a Dreamliner 787.
Moments after takeoff, at an altitude of around 650 feet, the captain issued a Mayday distress signal, reporting sudden loss of altitude and possible engine power issues. Approximately 30 seconds after liftoff, the aircraft crashed into the BJ Medical College hostel in the Magani Nagar neighbourhood, triggering a massive fireball and destroying nearby structures. Emergency services, firefighters, ambulances, and disaster response teams rushed to the scene. Hospitals were placed on high alert and green corridors were activated for the injured. The flight carried 230 passengers and 12 crew members. Of these, only one survived: British national Vishwash Kumar Ramesh. Tragically, 241 people on board perished. Over 30 lives were lost on the ground, including medical students and local residents. Over 50 people were injured during the incident.
Yes, ma'am. I am feeling much better now. And we were eating in our mess when we saw from our windows that there were buildings rumbling, and then I thought it was earthquake, and then we found out it was plane crash, and we were taken out of it, and the doctors managed it real well.
How were you rescued from there, if you can vaguely remember?
I came outside myself. I pushed the rumble out myself, and before the team could arrive, I was outside this.
Vishwash Kumar Ramesh, seated near an emergency exit, miraculously escaped through the opening just before the crash, sustaining only minor injuries. Among the victims was Arjun Patolia, a 37-year-old father returning to London after scattering his late wife's ashes, leaving behind 2 young daughters. Rescue teams recovered one of the aircraft's black boxes, most likely the flight data recorder, from the rooftop near the crash site. They're still searching for the cockpit voice recorder and will analyse both to reconstruct the flight's last moments. Investigators are examining engine thrust, wing flap settings, and whether the landing gear remained extended, abnormal for takeoff. Early theories include mechanical failure, control service misconfiguration, weight miscalculations, or improper maintenance. The DGCA has ordered immediate inspections of all Boeing 787s in India, focusing on engine takeoff parameters and flight control systems. Air India is conducting one-time checks before each departure. A high-level government panel has been formed to report findings within 3 months. This is the first fatal accident involving the Boeing 787 Dreamliner since its introduction in 2011, marking a critical milestone in modern aviation safety. Prime Minister Modi visited the site and met the sole survivor. Air India and the Tata Group pledged financial aid to victims' families. The UK, Canada, Portugal, and other nations offered condolences and support, especially considering the high number of British passengers.
We're in constant contact with the Indian authorities. We've dispatched our own team that's been acknowledged to work with them. I think it is important for all friends and family to contact the Foreign Office so we can roll out this as quickly as possible. But it is an ongoing investigation. It'll take some time. But, you know, our hearts and our thoughts are absolutely with the friends and families of all those affected who are going to be absolutely devastated by this awful news.
Plane crash was terrible. I've already told them anything we can do. It's a big country, a strong country. They'll handle it, I'm sure. But I let them know that anything we can do, we'll be over there immediately. But it was a horrific crash. It looks like most are gone. They actually maybe have a couple survivors, which is just heard. But that was a horrible crash. Nobody knows. Nobody has any idea what it might be. I gave him a couple of pointers. I said, maybe you'll look at this or that. You know, we saw the plane. It looked like it was flying pretty well. It didn't look like there was an explosion. It just looked like the engines maybe lost power. But boy, that is a terrible crash. It's one of the worst in aviation history.
This crash raises urgent questions about the Dreamliner's operational safety, fleet maintenance under Tata ownership, and regulatory oversight. In the coming weeks, investigators aim to determine whether this tragedy was due to mechanical failure, human error, or maintenance oversight.